A moon of Saturn is spraying itself into space. Enceladus is small, 500 kilometers across, which would fit inside Spain. It is also the whitest object in the solar system, reflecting almost all the light that reaches it, which is why it is so cold. It keeps nothing. In 2005, the Cassini spacecraft found something at its south pole. 4 long, parallel fractures, warmer than the ground around them, which the mission team nicknamed the Tiger Stripes. And rising from those fractures, continuously, more than 100 jets of fine ice particles and water vapor, throwing material hundreds of kilometers above the surface. It is a small world with a fountain at one end, running all the time. Most of what goes up comes back down as snow, and the South Polar region is buried under a soft, fresh layer of it. Some of it does not come back. It escapes the moon's very weak gravity entirely and goes into orbit around Saturn. That escaped material is a ring. Saturn's E-ring is the broad, faint outermost ring, and it is made of tiny ice grains from Enceladus. The moon orbits inside its own spray, resupplying it constantly. If the jets stopped, the E-ring would disperse. We can therefore say something unusual. One of Saturn's rings has a known factory, and the factory is still running. A spacecraft flew through the spray and tasted it. The jets of Enceladus are the only place in the outer solar system where the inside of a world comes out to meet you. Cassini was not designed for this. It arrived at Saturn expecting rings and Titan. When the plume was found, the mission was replanned around it, and the spacecraft was sent through the spray repeatedly, at one point passing about 50 kilometers above the surface at a speed of several kilometers a second. It carried instruments that could weigh individual grains and individual molecules. Here is what came back. The plume is mostly water. There is salt in it, at concentrations similar to Earth's oceans, which says the water has been in long contact with rock. There are tiny grains of silica of a very particular size, and the way that size forms on Earth is in water hotter than about 90 degrees Celsius in contact with rock. There is methane, and there is molecular hydrogen. Hydrogen is the interesting one, because hydrogen escapes easily. Finding it means it is being made now, and the ordinary way to make it is water reacting with hot rock. So the reading is, a liquid ocean in contact with a rocky floor, with chemistry going on at that boundary. That is as far as the evidence goes. It does not say anything about anyone living there, and the people who did the work say so plainly. What it says is that a moon 500 kilometers wide has warm water and rock touching each other. The samples are the closest thing we have to a bottle of alien seawater, and we collected them by flying through a fountain at 4 kilometers a second. The ice on Titan may be volcanic, and we cannot prove it. If ice is the bedrock, then what plays the part of lava? The answer would be liquid water, possibly mixed with ammonia, rising from inside a cold world, reaching the surface, spreading out, and freezing. The name for it is cryovolcanism, and it would look like volcanism run at 200 degrees below zero, with water for magma and ice for stone. There are candidates. A few features on Titan have been proposed as ice volcanoes, one of them a domed structure with what looks like a collapsed summit and flows around it. Other icy moons have their own candidates. The trouble is that the same shapes can be made other ways. Ice flows on its own under its own weight. Material collapses. Impacts leave rings and domes. Radar gives you shape, not composition, and shape alone has not been enough to settle any single case. So the honest position is this. Cryovolcanism is expected on theoretical grounds. Several candidate features exist, and no example has been demonstrated beyond argument. The only confirmed eruptions of water into space in the outer solar system are the jets of Enceladus, and those come out of fractures rather than anything shaped like a volcano. We will find out. There is a mission on the way to Titan, and it is a machine that flies, because Titan's thick air makes flying the sensible way to travel there.